Who's the king now? Ah! I challenge thee, final boss. Fight fair. Hacha! Oh. I'll show you. Welcome back to Atratzu plays a lot of various games that people sent him over his Steam curator list. Today we are looking at Weakwood Throne. The developer is waterxmelon. I don't know what the person had against watermelons, or water times melon. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's an equation. Water times melon equals watermelon, and watermelon is delicious. This game was released January 30th, 2018. Excuse me, it might be June. No, it can't be June. I can't read my own handwriting. I'm the worst. And I also put down a note that this game, the developer also made a game called YouTube Clickers. Yeah. This game is significantly better than their other game. So let's just, say the basic. If people are like, oh, I just want to hear what Atratzu thinks about it. This game's not that miserable, to be honest. It's pretty good. Actually, I just had a thought. How much are they asking for this? That's a pretty important question. So let's see. That it's going to come down to price. So Weakwood Throne. Come on. Weakwood Throne. Okay. So you're looking at $7.99. Okay, keep that all in mind. We'll probably address that again at the end. So, first off, let's talk about what kind of game we've got ourselves into. So you click continue. I have this character which I've progressed to level 14. Yeah, let's cover the basic stuff, and then I'll start uncovering a little bit more. Unpack a little bit more that the game has to offer and kind of some problems that I have with it. All in all, not a bad game. It was not unpleasant to play through. So, basic controls, you move around with WASD, you hold down the right mouse button to skate, and then if you tap the right mouse button really quick, you roll, and then if you click the left mouse button, you attack. I've never tried to, I just tried to click and hold, and you get the idea. And then you can lock on. I think you can lock on with F. We'll cover the very short tutorial, and that'll remind me what I'm supposed to do. So you also have potions you control with your number key. So if you look at the top left, you have my health. If I hit 1, bam, I get to use a health potion, and there is a cooldown period. You can't use them unlimitedly. You have to wait until the cooldown comes down. Magic is related to your magic points. This button up here says that I've got attribute points that I need to spend. More stories of stuff that's going on there. This game is a how do I describe it? An ARPG. So action RPG. So you have the RPG elements of weapons and armor and potions and stuff like that. But then you also have the action element that you'd have in like a Diablo style game. But it's very indie and very straightforward and kind of grindy. Let's pull one guy. All right. 1, 2, 3, dodge away. 1, 2, 3, dodge away. All right. 1, 2. Oh. Wait until he's done. 1, 2, 3, dodge away. Attack. 1, 2, 3, dodge away. Crap, did it wrong. 1, 2, nope. Hit 1 for potion. 1, 2, bam. And no loot, but you did get experience, as you can see by the purple bar up there. I didn't pay attention to how much I got. So let's pull 2 just because, I don't know. I'm a cool dude. And I'm able to hold my own much better. No, you locked onto the wrong one. Which you can turn that off, but lock on makes it so much easier to play this game. Ah, worst. I'm not even trying. Normally I'd be a little bit more cautious about it. All right, watching my experience. There you go. So you get a bit of an idea of how much experience you get off of these as a level 14. I haven't been paying too much attention for how much it changes from place to place. That's really all there is to say about it. Sometimes you'll see foliage. If you look to the top right, you have the mini map which shows, okay, that's a boat, that's foliage, that's an enemy. When you aggro an enemy, they turn red. And then if you want to harvest foliage from some, like in some spot, you run up to it, and then you click until it drops, and then you pick up leaves. That's your explanation. The quest scene in the game is pretty good, actually, but there is a broken quest. This one. Let's dig a little bit deeper into some of the user interface things, okay? So this stuff, so far, so good. Pretty solid, pretty straightforward. Once you bring up your interface by hitting tab, which works as well, your interface, pretty straightforward. The weapons that you get required attribute points to be spent. The game didn't really explain to me how to spend any of these attribute points. It's pretty intuitive if you played any kind of RPG in general for the most part. In case you don't know, go to your character up here, which is there a keyboard shortcut for that? H, no. C, no. None of those ones. None of these ones. That's I, O, P, brackets, L, K. What? J? What does J stand for? I don't see anything with J here. J is your keyboard shortcut to bring that up. So there you go. If you want to go I and then J. So you go I to look to your inventory. And then you're like, oh, I need 17 dexterity to use one of these legendary bows because I have 2 because they respawn. Well, if you load a new game. Hold that thought. Hit J, go back here, and it's like, okay, how much dexterity do I need? Way more than I have. Hey, these are how many points I have. You're given a certain amount of points every time you level up. Also, be careful about spending points in max health and max mana. I thought that it was using something different, and I blew a bunch of my points into max health before I realized, oops, I needed them in these. So, yeah, that kind of stinks. So I'm kind of limited as far as for what I can work with, but as you can see, I went just for strength. Now, at this point, you might be asking yourself, Atratzu, why didn't you decide to go back and re-roll a new character after you messed up? Funny you should say that, because if we go and do that, new game. You might have noticed. You might have noticed that I didn't roll a new character. The only way you're going to be able to roll a new character in this game is if you go into your app data and you delete your character file. That's the extent of it. I don't even know what new game does other than starts you here. So let's just save main menu and then see where it loads if we continue. I think it takes you back to the main town. Oh, it actually starts you here. Okay, so this one walks through the basic thing of, okay, you walk here, you go here, you equip a stick, bam, you got that. You run up here, and then you can cut plants with weapon and take their lives. I screenshotted that because I thought the grammar was pretty funny. Clearly, not a native speaker, so I shouldn't make fun of them too much for it. But whenever I make fun of spelling or something like that, it's not that I think that I'm better at spelling, because I'm arguably pretty awful at spelling. People probably find spell errors in my videos all the time, or definitely in my reviews all the time, in my Steam reviews. I don't make fun of spelling errors because I think the person was dumb for making them. I think spelling errors are funny because of how they sound when you read them out loud. So stuff just happens. You can lock onto the enemy unit. Rude. I now have a weapon that's high enough that I can just one-shot those. Those are nice. So F is to lock on. Press F again to unlock on. Whatever that means. How much do these give you as a level 14? I was watching. Yeah, barely anything. And look, we finally got loot. We got 18 gold from that. Yay. The best. How much do these give? Not enough. So after a while, you get to a certain point that it's no longer worth trying to farm them. As you can see, these items have come back. I've already got them. You can find these items in your inventory. Press I to get to your inventory. Bam, bam. There you go. That's your stuff. When you play, you're encouraged to just kind of explore and wander around. At the beginning, there's an island that you can get some nice gear when you start out. But yeah, at this point, it's kind of just like grind to get what you can. After we get out of the starting area, there'll be a little bit more to talk about. Get out of the starting area here. Ta-da! Now you're into the real game. The first thing that I noticed about it was, boy, are these sprites adorable. So let me say, I've said some stuff that I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of indifferent or don't like. The sprites are really adorable to me. I have not seen games with these sprites, so I don't know if they were purchased from some other place or if they were custom made. At this point, I'm guessing that they're custom made, and yeah, I like them so far. But they might be, you know, game maker, stuff like that. I'm sure somebody in the comments will correct me. And then I'm just like, what? They're a crocodile named Martin. That's not even my favorite. My favorite crocodile is over here, named Lewis. So, yeah, my favorite guy right here, Lewis. He's the man. And you have some quests, but as you can see, making a new game doesn't reset the quests at all. So yeah, I don't even know what the point of new game is. Now, at this point, if you save, main menu, continue, you'll load into this part of town. But as soon as you step out of town, I think right about here, save, main menu, continue. You're not doing it. At a certain point, you are sent into the local town, like the big capital city. There are only two towns, that village outcropping that you had there, and then this one. I think this is close enough. Save, main menu, continue, and it should load us into the town. It doesn't, what the heck? It auto-saves or something. I just want to give some people a bit of a reference in case you get lost. Which, speaking of getting lost, wouldn't it be nice if they had a map in this game? They kind of do-ish. This is the map. Look at how much you can see in this map. It's broken. So there's no way to actually use this map whatsoever. You do have a quest log. This is the quest that's broken. No matter how many sharks I kill, I am not able to complete this quest. I've gotten, I think there were about, maybe about 15 quests in this whole game. So I got through all those quests relatively quick. You get experience, you get gold. That's the extent of it. These are options you get through using escape. I haven't gotten any custom skateboards. I don't know how you get that. You have quest items. You have your armor. Let's talk about where you go to get stuff. Oh, he remembers me from aggroing him last time. So you'll also notice that even though we selected new game, that not everything reloaded. Now, if I hard quit the game, if I like exit, if I Alt F4 right now, and then I load back in, then the all the NPCs will respawn. I don't know why that works or how it works, but it certainly does. Look to your minimap at the top right. That will be showing what types of vendors you have. The sword here, talk to this person. Weapons merchant, these are the weapons that are currently available. As you can also see, you have the requirement that goes along with them. You can also sell the ones that you have. So let's get rid of that stick, because why would we have that? We don't need that butter knife either. Fake blade. If I wanted to pursue it, I might. And then, of course, you want to hang on to the legendary one, but I got two of them, so why would I have two? So I'll sell one of those ones, and I'll get another one that'll respawn at some point. So that's where you go to get weapons. As you can see, you sell in kind to kind. This is the armorer, and the armorer is limited by level. So I'm a high enough level now that I could switch to the Brigadian helmet and Brigadian armor. Or I could hold out until Helmet of the Hunter, Armor of the Hunter, which gives you fire resistance. I don't know what these resistances are. I have not noticed any enemies that actually do that resistance to me, but then again, you know, I keep my grinding relatively simple, and I didn't explore into high-level areas. I basically just found the bosses. So, let's talk about the variety of enemies that you have. Each area has a little bit of a different type of enemy that you can face. This one here has these ape-looking things and snail-looking things. So here are the snail-looking guys, and then here are the ape-looking guys right over here. They have different behaviors, but you kind of get the hang of them. Having armor increases how much damage you can take. Having a better weapon increases how many times you, well, decreases how many times you need to hit them to kill them. The Weakwood Throne advertises their game on their Steam store as letting the player have the power to, you've got the power! Letting their players have the power to decide where they want to go within the game, which is always a nice effect to have non-linear storytelling. The problem is, without a working map and a working user interface that complements that playstyle, it makes it very difficult to keep track of where you're trying to go. So I would say definitely fix the map here, or make it in such a way that it doesn't require that. So I'm not sure what else I really want to say about it. Like I said, I didn't find this game unpleasant whatsoever, but I did spend, let's see here. I did spend only 2 hours playing this game. So for some people, trying to, I don't know, make their dollar go farther, spending $8 for 2 hours of entertainment, you have to be the judge of that and whether that's going to be a worthwhile endeavor for you, or if you want to wait until there's a sale, or if you want to buy a more hardcore ARPG. This one's pretty casual as far as ARPGs go. The bosses are basically, their mechanics feel really copy-pasted. Each one kind of adds a little bit of a new element to it, and like each sprite looks different, but there's really not much that's adding to it. There's a good foundation here, and at some point the developer might continue this idea and go farther with it, but until that happens, I just don't see there being that much to keep people around for long. And then after they've exhausted what they have of the game, then they move on, which you kind of have to keep in mind the competition that you have in the action RPG genre. There is a crazy amount of games that you have to compete with. This is a nice diversion. If you feel like picking it up and trying it out, by all means, you could definitely do worse. I think the sprites are adorable. I enjoyed it. That's my 10 cents or 1 cent. Depends on how much you value my opinion. If you don't value my opinion much, 1 cent. None cent. Negative cent. If you value my opinion a lot, then, 10 cents. We'll just give it that. There's also the cycling time thing, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for watching. My name is Atratzu, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. You are the most ambitious snails I've ever known.